Independence Day edition.
Dinner
And
time with
like I
Dan.
always say, um, yeah, like I always say, oh, that's only if you're watching us live on YouTube, which we know you're not, unless you're Trevor. And then every once in a while, I guess Elliot.
Apparently.
And also somebody named Josh. I think a guy named Josh was watching it one night. So thanks, Josh.
Thanks, Josh.
Otherwise, you'll get to
This is for
listen
you,
to
Josh.
this recording whenever I get around to uploading it to Spotify. But here we go. The
To
Not
your
Your Average Guy
question,
Show.
before camera, Jimmy, it's chips and salsa, and I actually like peaches and cottage cheese. I don't know why.
Yeah, me too.
You do? Is that a
No, I
thing?
don't know why you don't. I don't know why you like that.
Dude, you should try it.
Oh, yeah. It's a
Fresh
thing.
peaches, cottage cheese.
No
Yeah.
thanks.
It's better than
Hmm.
putting peas and tuna and macaroni, which was one of my childhood uh, things that my mother fed us. Um,
I'm totally fine with the peas in macaroni, but tuna in macaroni it just doesn't work out for me.
yeah. Well, that was one of our meals, lunchtime meals. And if you were lucky, she'd kind of
Yeah.
like do it like a
Oh yeah.
baked thing, but normally no. It was just like straight off. Um, so I got two different videos, and this one popped up.
Macaroni and hot dogs way better
Yeah, I don't know. I'm indifferent to that.
than tuna.
I don't know. I don't think it's better.
You're
I
not
think
going to
it's
rank macaroni and cheese with hot dogs as better than macaroni and cheese with tuna.
are the hot dogs in it, or just like putting macaroni and cheese in a bowl and having a hot dog like
Yeah, like
on the same
sliced
plate?
up,
Oh, sliced up.
sliced up in little slices.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I've ever done that.
Have you never had that?
Uh-uh. Never have,
Wow.
sir.
I've never had
Jimmy,
either one of those
did you ever
combinations.
have macaroni and cheese with hot dogs in it? What? Huh. Interesting.
Oh, well,
I've had all
Uh,
three of those
okay, so
ingredients separately.
okay.
yeah.
So, so I pulled this video up, and I remembered how funny it was. Uh, Darcy, you've been to a baseball game of Aces, and
Hmm.
I don't know if I was doing the bird's eye view on my camera when you were there, but this camera that I'm looking into, you can put it on a tripod stick, shoot it way up in there, and you get a pretty good bird's eye view of a baseball game. And I just happened to be
Okay. No, you
videoing.
were not
I
when I
wasn't
was
doing
there.
that. So I'm on the bleachers.
Well,
I'm
not when I was there.
I'm on the bleachers in this video. I've got the camera pretty high up, and Asa's the one that's at bat. Let me see if I can pull it up here and screen share.
So how long is your like stick that you put it on?
Oh, it's probably 5 feet. So I'm like holding it up. I'm on the bleachers. I'm holding it up.
Okay.
It's pretty good. Let me see if I can figure out what how to screen window. Oh, here we go. Let's share this. Let's see what we got here. There, you see it?
Yep.
Okay.
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 I'm gonna come down here and stop sharing.
Is he at bat?
Ace is at bat, and I think he might get a hit. I don't remember if he gets a hit. That's not the important part of this. Of this. Okay, so he gets walked. Okay, so this little guy is Gentry, and they call him Jenny. Listen.
Wonder?
Listen. You hear what? Can you guys hear them?
No.
No.
Oh, you can't hear anything. Weird.
Uh-uh. Just you.
How do I get the sound to share? Well,
Can you just play it on
this
your
is
computer
annoying
loud enough that we
because
can hear it through the mic?
Do that.
maybe it's only playing in my head though. Shoot.
Oh,
Well, you'll just have to watch it, I guess. Wait,
okay.
this isn't even the at bat. This isn't even the at bat. I gotta find it. Shoot.
Man.
I'm
Okay.
gonna have to. I'm gonna have to unscreen share, and I'm gonna have to find this while we're. Shoot.
Okay.
You guys go ahead for a minute here. Let me see if I can find this deal. That was not the at bat.
I tried to go kind of patriotic today. I got
Oh,
the
you sure did. Got that American flag on your
grunt
sleeve
style. Yeah,
in your
look at
yard.
that. Yep, got this guy. Got this guy. Yeah. Got this guy. Going all out today.
Yeah, you are. I don't even know if I have any flag apparel.
Really? I have kind of an official Independence Day shirt that I wear every year.
Mm.
It is gray t-shirt. It's sleeveless, and on the front of it, it has Mount Rushmore, but all the presidents are wearing sunglasses, and it's all red, white, and blue stuff.
I
the
think
official
I
one.
do have one shirt that says USA, and then the USA is like red, white, and blue.
Nice.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
That's because all your country or like regional apparel is from Ireland.
Yeah, they don't have American flag on. Yeah, I got my Browns shirt, hat.
Yeah.
And not even red, white,
I didn't
or
even
blue on any of it.
No. I didn't even look yet to see if my flag was lit up tonight, but I'm guessing it is. Got a new
All right,
flagpole
guys,
in my
I have
yard,
the-
Dan.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
I think I have the right one. Sorry.
Does it have sound?
I can try to get sound, but I'm afraid if I take it off of here, it's gonna mess us up for the whole time.
Hmm.
If I just go and select,
So you'll just have to narrate.
I guess I'll narrate so that I don't mess up our sound on a live recording. So here's Ace at bat again. This is actually earlier.
Okay.
And he hits a little dinger and he gets on base. Now it's Gentry's turn.
RBI
again.
there, looks like.
Little RBI. It's Gentry's turn again. And by the way, I'm just showing you this partly because I get made fun of for having this camera out. Because my kids are like, "Why are you doing that? Like, why are you?" I'm like, "Because he wants to see his at bats, and I've got a neat camera and I use it." All right.
Oh, okay. So
Unfortunately, it is better
You
with
just
the
pop
crowd
one up.
reaction to what's getting ready to happen.
Okay, so has Asa stolen second?
Yeah, he's on third.
I wasn't paying attention. He stole second and third.
Yeah.
You're not doing a very good job of narrating this.
Okay, so Gentry's. Could you see it?
It's so glitchy. I can't see anything. I don't
No,
even know.
For real?
I
Oh,
didn't know
man.
that we had that the video was playing.
It's more. It's paused more than it's playing.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That sucks.
So it's paused. It's
Is it
paused.
playing on your end?
It
It's
glitched
totally
a little
just
bit.
playing.
It's paused again.
He's like
in mid
halfway
swing.
into a swing.
Okay. Is he in the batter box right now for you guys or not?
He just stepped out.
Yeah. Yes.
Now he's back in.
All right. Let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens with this.
Everyone's holding really still.
Yeah. He's walking to the dugout.
He's
So
walking
you
back to the
missed it.
dugout.
He was standing in the batter's box, and then he was walking to the batter's box or the
Dugout.
dugout.
Can you see me relatively clearly?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get rid of the other.
Okay,
well,
so stop doing the screen share then.
yeah, because you're like micro
Okay.
screen over there.
All right.
Okay.
Are we going to be able to do this? Wait, it's
Just remember
backwards.
that only for you.
It's only backwards for me.
He's not a left-handed batter, is he?
All right, let's try it. Let's try this.
Okay.
Is he up to bat in your video?
Yep.
Yeah.
Something went. What was that? The bat
You
break?
guys literally can't see it.
No, it's too
You
small.
can't see it.
Did he hit the glove off the catcher?
My goodness. All right, here we go. I paused it.
It's just so dang small.
There's the bat.
Oh, he threw the bat?
Out
Oof.
of the field. Over the dugout.
That's not good.
Literally, like, it's crazy. I think you're just out at that point, aren't you?
You should be
You're
if
just
you're not.
out if you
I don't know
throw
what the
your
Little
bat.
League rules are for that.
Dude threw his bat, and
I mean-
I got the entire thing because of my angle on it. Well, that was very anticlimactic since you couldn't see the video.
That could hurt
Yeah.
somebody real bad.
Oh, yeah.
man.
That happens in the major leagues sometimes.
Yeah. Well, more often they break them and they fire them out into the crowd in the majors, don't they?
Yeah. That is more often, yes. But every once in a while, dude will lose his grip and it'll go flying. But these days they have nets, so the net stops it.
Yeah.
So did you send old guy that video?
Yeah, I'm told that I need to send it to his. I need to send it to his mom. All right. So here's the other one, which isn't very exciting. Well, this one you should be able to see. Darcy tells me that you have one of these lifts. Like a cable hoist in your shop.
Oh, the winch thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Can you guys see that deal?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is going to be kind of slow motion-y, so you should be able to.
Oh, you got it mounted on the beam up there?
Yeah, I built a gantry and put one of those 1,300-pound cable hoist deals.
Nice.
This is the first lift of the day.
This is today?
Yesterday. This is not very exciting, but it is for me because I didn't have to pay a guy $180 an hour.
Also very glitchy.
It's glitchy?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that freaking thing is still on the ground.
It is?
Well,
It's
maybe
It's
halfway
like
up.
3 feet off the ground now.
No, this is just happening really slow.
Does the hoist move it in like 10 inches at a time real fast?
Oh, no.
No.
Pretty smooth when it's moving.
We, Jimmy and I used his electric winch to load a shed onto a trailer. I don't. When was that? A year and a half ago.
And then brought it to my house?
Almost a year and a half ago.
Another shed that we moved.
We're kind of
We moved sheds, Dan.
shed movers.
Yeah.
You became shed movers when you lost your piano moving dolly to Canada, right?
Well, we have the piano dolly back.
Yep.
But pianos just weren't big enough, so we started doing sheds.
Mm-hmm. Any fool can move a piano.
That's right.
It's just not your average guy is gonna move a shed.
How long are those rafters
30,
you got there?
38 feet. 38 feet. You know, you can get for those hoists, you can get a trolley that runs in 1 5/8. What is that stuff called?
Unistrut.
It's not all Unistrut.
Unistrut.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah, Jimmy's
Yeah,
does not have that little trolley thing.
it actually works pretty nice. Get two trolleys, mount it right onto your hoist, and then you can throw it in Unistrut.
How tall are your walls?
12, 4 or something like that. It's up there. That's a 20-foot vertical.
Nice.
Pretty
I don't know
cool.
what else we got here. Now it's super glitchy, right?
Yeah.
Somehow we got another one up there just now, just like right then.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah, there it is.
That was a lot faster than the first one.
I'd say the only they started going a lot better than this after we figured out a system.
Right.
But
That's
the
cool.
biggest problem with my system is you don't realize how comfortable you are up in the air compared to people who haven't framed houses. Like you don't really have a choice of being comfortable or not being comfortable with heights if you're going to frame houses.
No.
And I don't have anybody who's like able to move around freely on framing structure to help me. So I moved
Over the years, we probably had just a few guys on the crew here every now and again that would hire on, and then once you'd get to joists or rafters, they'd be like, I'm not very good about heights." You're like, what?
It's like, all right, well, go on up
Well,
there.
What was Paul's MO on that? It was like, you're done?
No, he wasn't like that. I think he'd just try to make him go build the deck or something like that.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of walking when you're the only person who can walk up there doing a truss roof.
Yeah. I feel like we've probably talked about this before, but how about those days when you show up on the job site and it's joist day, like second floor, and you climb up the ladder and hop on top of the wall, and you're just like, uh-oh, I don't know if I can walk out there today. You ever have that, Dan? Where you just, like yesterday, no problem. You would have chanced walking out a 12-foot tall 2x4 wall. Today, a 2x6 wall feels skinny.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that way. I know what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, if you're not confident, if you get like anxious about it at all, probably not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Because like today I was walking down the trusses and I was literally like, I can literally walk down a single truss just end to end today.
Mm-hmm.
But some days, I can't do it. Like some days I'm still going to go walk up there, but I'm going to walk on two. But for whatever reason today, it was like, walking on an inch and a half, 20, 25 feet off the ground didn't feel weird today.
Yep. Kind of crazy like that. Do you think someday we'll be sponsored by these guys?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Good. Appreciate your positivity.
We should first invite them onto the podcast, and then they'll see how great the podcast is, and they'll be like, we need to sponsor you guys. I'm like, yeah, no problem.
Not your average guys. We sponsor these guys.
We definitely sponsor them.
Speaking of custom brewed and what would be distilled liquids, did you guys know that Quick Trip has their own beer?
Yeah.
What?
Have you ever tried it?
One time.
Was it quitting time?
They have their own beer.
Yeah, it's like a throwback. So apparently way back in the day they had a beer. And they just brought it back maybe a year or two ago. Quitting time.
I just saw the sign today. I mean, not today, but like I've seen the sign over the last week or two. And then I actually looked at it and was like, oh, QT, quitting time. It's their own thing. How is it?
Yeah.
Did you buy some?
It's like drinking Bud Light.
I did not. I thought about it.
I'm gonna have to try it. Do they sell it in singles?
I don't remember. I don't know. It'd be fun just to have in the fridge.
Nifty. I know what I'll do. I'll get a 6-pack of it and take it to Joe and Mary Beth's party this week.
Oh, there you go.
Just throw it in the cooler. Those guys over there, they don't care.
No. They actually prefer that kind of beer, I think.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Who does?
Last year they had that Dale's. That was pretty decent for a, lighter beer. Oh man, got the yawns already.
Yep. It's 10:10.
Yep.
So is Jeremy's travel going smooth compared to yours?
Yeah. They laid over in Seattle, and the flight from Anchorage, I think it left a little bit late, but only by a few minutes. And then the flight out of Seattle left at 6 minutes early. It's on the thing. And so now their arrival is going to be in Kansas City 16 minutes earlier than scheduled. So it's supposed to land in 50 minutes from now.
They're trying to make up for your deal.
Yep. Anna submitted I don't know, claim. I don't know what it's called, but a complaint with Delta about all of our stuff. So they said they will respond within the next 30 days.
A complaint with who?
Delta. Trying to
30 days.
Trying to get them to pay for some of our extra expenditures that we were not anticipating having to spend on hotel and Uber and groceries and clothing and all that stuff.
What's your feeling? You think they're gonna?
My feeling is I'm very confident they will do something. What that is, I do not know. They will.
What?
One of the things is we upgraded our seats to the comfort zone. And on the flight back, we didn't have comfort. So, they'll certainly reimburse us for that expense, which is, like $40 or something. I don't know. I'm hopeful they'll at least pay for our hotel.
Yeah.
And Uber rides.
You would think.
You don't think they'll pay your bar tab from that night at the bar? Bought for everyone.
Yeah, they should. At the airport, when I was sitting there for hours on end buying the $12 beers.
Another round for everyone. It's on Delta.
It's on Delta.
What was the airline that old Froggy Fresh wrote the song about back in the day? Wasn't it him that got his guitar crunched and
It was
that somebody? Who was that?
Ben something. I think that was I do remember it. I actually the video the music video came up on my feed the other day.
Yeah, don't bother playing it. We can't hear it or see it. Was it Ben Rector?
No. Dave Carroll.
Dave Carroll?
Yeah.
Why would I know about that?
Sons of Maxwell in 2008 during the airline flight from Halifax to Omaha, layover in Chicago. If you heard, yeah, you know the story. The reason you've heard of it is because it's a like classic trope now on like taking care of your customers before they take care of you, basically. And like it's kind of like I think the
So,
story
like,
is
when
more
I
famous
was
than the musician.
okay, so maybe when I was in like customer service class or something like that, we talked
Maybe.
about it.
Have you been in a customer service class?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So one of the things that I don't know for sure that they still do it, but if they don't, they should, because it was one of the things that I thought was super just like intelligent. Whenever I hired on at KU, the hospital, every employee took this customer service like seminar. It was like 4 hours or something like that. Actually, it may have been the whole day.
Yeah.
Do you know where Spencer, Nebraska is, Darcy?
Spencer? No.
Well, Jeremy's plane is over the top of it right now.
Spencer, Nebraska. Spencer.
Bro, Spencer, Nebraska doesn't even know where Spencer, Nebraska is.
Oh, it's barely Nebraska. It's way up on the line, huh?
Looks that way. South Dakota, Nebraska line right there.
Yep.
So that's how far away they
That's
are. They'll take
let's
them
see here.
44 minutes to get here.
Population. The population in the 2020 census was 408.
Oh, wow. That's small.
Yeah.
You know, I was
Yep.
born in Nebraska, lived in Nebraska.
You were?
Mhm. Yep. Lived in Nebraska for maybe a year and a half, so I don't remember anything about it. But in my life, in my 43 years of life, I've probably been to Nebraska 60 times.
Driving through it?
I've probably, if you consider leaving the state and coming back, I've probably been through Nebraska 90 times in my life, like end to end. And I can't think of a single time when I was more than an hour away from the main highway 80 going through there.
Yeah.
What town did you be? Were you
Would
born
we have
in?
ever gone to Nebraska when we were up by, was Sabetha in Nebraska or Kansas? It was in Kansas, right?
Sabetha's in Kansas, but our house was like 1 mile from the Nebraska line.
Oh, okay. So if we went into Nebraska at your house, then that's the farthest from a real highway that I've ever been.
Yeah.
Because I think even if
Which
you go up to the Dakotas, you still are on a main highway. It's just not
I-29.
Is it 29?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for as many times as I've been to Nebraska, I have been almost nowhere in Nebraska.
So where were you born in Nebraska?
York,
York?
like
Huh.
York,
Right
Nebraska,
outside of
yeah.
Lincoln?
Yep, pretty close to Lincoln. Maybe
Why?
30 minutes, maybe. Why was I born there?
Yeah.
That's where we lived.
No, why did you live in York?
Oh, that's because that's where my parents lived, and I was just a baby.
Uh
I wasn't born yet.
was your dad preaching there?
Yeah. Yeah. He was actually the youth pastor there. And so it was his first pastoral gig out of college, out of Calvary Bible College. And he went up there and took the youth pastor there. And that is the closest my dad ever got to making it back to Wyoming, which is probably what he always imagined he wanted to do, is get back to Wyoming.
Mm-hmm.
But my mother, to this day, will tell you that she wanted to keep him as far away from Wyoming as possible. She has no qualms about it.
What does she hate about being out there?
She doesn't dislike anything about the state of Wyoming.
His brothers?
But so, like, if you imagine my mom's family, it presents kind of like the Cleaver family from Leave It to Beaver. Is that the Cleaver family? Is that right?
Yeah.
And
Jimmy's familiar.
I've seen them all.
My dad's family is more like maybe the family from Prison Break or something like that. Or,
Are they the Haskell family?
I don't even know. Yeah, they're like the Haskells or like the Hatfields and the McCoys or something. I mean, my dad's family is like mountain people, like legitimate mountain people. They're a rougher crowd than
the Beverly Hillbillies.
I mean, my grandparents, they had a site. My grandfather worked at a concrete plant his entire life. My grandmother worked at the college there in Laramie, the University of Wyoming. She was in the cleaning services there for her entire career. And they had a side business that paid for all of their vacations and everything like that, where they raised fishing worms for you buy fishing worms in the little foam cup. Yeah, they raised fishing worms, and they literally paid for all their vacations.
Was it called I've Got Worms?
Yeah, you've got worms. I've got worms, now you've got worms. Yeah, that was their thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And
what would we do without people like that?
If you saw my grandfather on my mom's side, Smith, he was a carpenter, actually built houses for a living. My grandfather on my dad's my dad's dad, he built houses for a hobby, and it showed. Like he built a cabin, and like they like salvaged everything they could from other things and projects to make their cabin. Um, it's just a cobbled mess of random things. The cabin,
Nice.
but yeah,
I had family in York for quite some time back in the day.
on your dad's side.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Maybe they
Yeah,
went
my
to
Aunt Fran and Uncle Glenn lived in York. They lived in York. They
I
lived
don't
in
think I ever
Waco,
knew
which is
that.
right outside of York. Yeah. I think they lived there. So interesting. I bet they lived there when you were there. Because I'm pretty
Hmm.
sure they were in York or Waco for a lot of years.
I'm trying to find your Waco here. Is it farther?
Waco is just east of
Just east of York?
York and hair north. I mean, sort of.
Oh, okay. It's small enough that there's towns that are farther away that show up before it on the map.
Waco? Oh, yeah. Waco is real small. In fact,
The entire
Google calls it the village of Waco.
I bet Waco fits on a quarter acre or something. Or not a quarter acre, a quarter section.
Where's Waco?
It's it's just east of Nebraska, of York.
York is east of York.
So York, you go up to
Waco is east of
34, which is
York.
on the
Oh,
north
Waco
York
side,
is
is
and then you
west
follow.
of Lincoln.
west of Lincoln.
It doesn't
Dude,
even list it doesn't even list a population for Waco.
dude, I want to go to Lee's Legendary Marbles and Collectibles next time I'm through there.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Waco, the population at the 2010 census was 236.
Little bitty place. It seems like a nice, clean little neighborhood. Not a lot of thuggery
Waco?
going on there. Yeah, no, yeah. It has a football field.
Man, it's just surrounded by
So,
fields.
does it have a school then?
I don't know if it has a school, but it has a football field.
Jeremy is getting ready to fly right over that area.
Huh. Pretty wild.
I can't see on the map that he's on, but he is just a little bit west of Lincoln by a tiny bit.
That's
Seward? What does
Seward,
that say?
yeah.
Seward?
Seward.
That's where he's flying over Seward.
That's where there's a college there. in Seward. My cousin Jennifer lived in Seward for a while. Or her name's not Jennifer anymore.
Seward is only 33 minutes from here.
Yeah, nice.
Which means I'm going to have to hit the road here pretty quick.
All right. Dan, it looks like you're talking, but you're on mute.
You're gonna have to go back to that one, is what I said. Your cousin Jennifer, who's
Gonna have
name's
to go
not
back.
Jennifer anymore.
Oh, you don't know about that?
No, I don't know Jennifer.
Oh, we'll just go ahead and put it out on the. You don't know Jennifer?
I don't think so.
I know my cousin Jennifer.
You know my cousin. Do you know my
I
cousin
thought you said
Beth?
yeah.
What?
Beth?
You do know my cousin Beth? What's her last
I
name?
think so. Wait, just a second. Now you've got me. So your cousin who's was married to Ben.
That's
is
Laura.
Laura. Okay. Not Beth. So I don't think I do know Beth. No.
That's funny. Her name was Laura Beth, though.
Okay.
But that's not the person I'm talking about.
But that's not who you're talking about.
Okay, so I had a cousin named Jennifer Prawley for about let's see, she's a little bit older than me. She's probably like 2 years older than me. I think 2 or 3 years older than me. So from the time I was born until the time I was like probably 18, I had a cousin named Jennifer Prawley. And then, oh no, it was even longer than that. She didn't get married until she was probably 25 or so when she got married. So for 20 some years, I had this cousin named Jennifer Prawley. Then she got married, and then her name was Jennifer Carpenter.
Oh, dude, I do know her. Never mind, because that dude's.
Yeah. so
I've been to his
then
house, and I
it
was
was.
like, I don't want to be here.
So then it was my cousin and her husband, Chris and Jennifer Carpenter. And so they were named that for until I'm going to guess like maybe 10 years ago. It's maybe been that long. All of a sudden, I start seeing all of these Facebook posts from like friend requests and stuff from Beth Blanchard. And I'm like, who the heck is Beth Blanchard?
Like, not Bethany Blanchard, because that is a person.
Nope. Yep. So now it's what's his name now?
Wait, he changed. She's not running
So
from him. She changed her name with him.
Yeah. They both changed. They have all changed their last name. All their kids. Well, he's in the military, and I think that he thought highly enough of himself that he felt that there were probably people out there that were looking for him.
Oh boy.
So
They're not.
that's one reason. The other reason is apparently he had always hated his name because his dad, who he said, according to him, is a loser, named Chris Carpenter. And then he had a son and named him Chris Carpenter. And then he had another son and named him Chris Carpenter. And
Okay,
so
that's kind of legitimate.
his dad and his brother are both like no accounts with creditors after him and stuff like that.
That's funny.
And Brad, that's what his name is now. Brad Blankenship.
Blankenship.
I thought you said Blanchard. Blankenship.
Did I say Blanchard? Yeah,
Yeah,
Blankenship.
But we also know Blankenships.
I know.
Actual Blankenships.
Guys, I gotta go.
All right.
All right.
I
Good
will.
luck with your trip.
What?
Good luck with your trip.
Well, if it all
To the
goes
airport.
planned, I'll be back home in about an hour and a half from now.
Godspeed.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
See it.
Bye.
Yeah. So, I might have to go get another bite to eat upstairs.
Okay.
Is it okay to talk about him on air, or is he going to hunt us down?
My cousin?
Her husband.
I don't have any fear of him hunting me down and doing anything to me.
He's going to call you and ask you why you're talking about him on the internet. Dude.
Yeah, maybe he's got like a search.
I met the guy right before they went to, I think, Alaska. Did they move up to Alaska for military stuff?
They did. Uh-huh.
So I knew him right before that. So we're talking like 20 years ago, probably, right? Like,
right.
And I remember sitting there and talking to him and just being like, this is one of those crazy people that I don't want to have anything to do with ever again. We're here at this dude's house because my wife, I didn't even realize, like, I don't think at the time that you guys were related necessarily. I just thought it was like a Whispering Winds connection with Danilo and all of those people, and I didn't really connect the dots. I just remember sitting there talking to him and thinking, like, this guy is like full of something. This guy's full of crap, for one thing, and and I don't even remember what all we were talking about. All I remember is that he had been back from a deployment in Iraq, where he claimed that if anybody looked at him funny while he was on the turret gunner on a Humvee, he just shot him. That was his plan.
Oh man.
Not his plan. That's what he said he had done. Because you don't know. Like, because you just don't know what they're thinking. And then I remember him saying 3 or 4 other things where he would say his thing, whatever it was he was going to say, and then he would give this justification for it that was like, to him, the most reasonable, logical, only way to look at something.
Oh yeah.
And I just remember thinking, yeah, whatever. Like, you want to buy a really big handgun. Great.
Oh yeah.
Because you are going to need a grizzly bear. Because that is what is in every, like, behind every door in Alaska. And you need a gun that can put a grizzly down with one shot. That was the...
You'd be stupid not to have it.
You'd be an idiot. You'd be an idiot to have anything else besides a Smith & Wesson 500 Max or something.
454 Casull, I think.
454 Casull. Like, you'd be an absolute moron to get anything else if you're going to Alaska. Like, even if you're just going to fly over Alaska, you'd be an idiot not to have one of those. And I just remember thinking, like, I'm not ever going to one of these get-togethers again at this guy's house. And I didn't, because they were moving anyway. I think they were already getting ready to move.
Yeah.
Am I
I
meeting? Did I meet the
trying to
same
remember.
person that you knew? Generally,
Oh yeah.
like you
Yep.
get a similar vibe.
Oh, 100%. I don't know that I was ever at their house. I can't remember. I would only see them at my aunt and uncle's house. I wonder if
And maybe it
were
wasn't
there
at the
other.
house. It was at a house in Belton, though.
Yeah, they lived in Belton for a while.
It was a house in Belton. I remember that. I remember that the back of it looked out toward Y Highway, but there were fences and stuff, like privacy fences between Y Highway going south past where we used to live, past Cambridge,
Hmm.
or not past Cambridge, but actually north of Cambridge, and they were on the other side of the road. And they were asking me about something about a patio door or something that they
Hmm.
need to replace. And I think it was their house. I think it was where they were renting or bought. They were
Probably.
buying
Yeah.
anything
Because like Matt and Danielle never lived over there. They lived. I think they still live the same place they've always lived. And my aunt and uncle didn't live. My aunt and uncle lived out like peculiar. You remember where they lived, right?
Oh yeah, I remember where they lived. Yeah, where we dropped the hot tub off and had to go pick it
Uh-huh.
up.
Yeah, that's the place.
Yeah, I remember the place.
Yep. Now I think they live out in Emporia or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, I saw a picture of Matt the other day, and I thought he looks
Yeah.
more like I remember his father-in-law looking all the time.
Mm. And his
Maybe
father.
it was his
Yes.
father. Maybe I'm thinking of his father. But like, isn't his father-in-law kind of big and keeps his beard pretty like
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
fluffed out and stuff?
Was he wearing overalls?
Well, no, I know you're. Yeah, I know Danielle's dad always wears overalls. I don't know if Matt was wearing
Yeah.
overalls that day. Maybe.
I I think he looks like his own dad too.
Yeah, I don't think I know his dad. I don't know. Maybe I do. I I'm not. Here's my thing about overalls. I wish that I could be overalls guy because I actually find them to be pretty comfortable. I just I can't really. I can't. It's not like I don't have much of a vibe, but it just doesn't feel like a modern person that takes himself seriously. I guess the overalls, the
Here's
overalls every
my
day.
I have a nice pair of overalls
Uh huh.
and I like them. But here's my issue with them. Uh it I
You're
can't
talking. Let me
carry
grab one.
how I normally carry
Mm,
and wear overalls
yeah. Right.
because I carry inside the waistband and it just doesn't work with overalls. I'd have to get what I could do is do some sort of a belly band type of a holster type thing. And I've considered getting one of those, but I have not. So that's my issue with them. If I still pocket carried, that wouldn't be an issue, but I don't.
You know what? Tell me when you can actually hear.
What?
When you can actually hear me, tell me. Can you hear me?
Hmm?
I think I've been.
Yeah.
Is that making a sound?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear
I've
that.
been on.
You've been on that mic?
I've been on this mic the whole time.
Yeah. Yep. Well, then why didn't the video sound work?
I don't know. That's what I don't get. I can hear you through these.
Yeah.
I've been on this mic the whole time because I was upstairs talking to you while you were talking about the belly band thing, and I was like, I don't think he can hear me.
No, I couldn't. What do you think about that? Have you ever thought about or considered trying one of those things?
I wear a back brace sometimes while I'm working, and more for the fact that I literally throw a soft ice pack in the back of it. I could see wearing a belly band, but it does get kind of hot, like just a like it's not uncomfortable, but it's just warm.
Yeah.
I am not a consistent like carrier, partly because of what I do though. You know.
Yeah.
You'd be taking it off when you throw your tool bags on and
right. Leaving it in your truck and getting it stolen.
Getting it stolen because you're leaving it in your truck while you're working. Yep.
I just remembered I was going to show you this. Can you see these things? I got some new plugs.
You'll have to hold still.
And
is it a clock?
No. Can you see it?
It's too, I mean, I can see the shape of it, but I can't see
Okay.
any detail.
So
it literally looks like a clock with a.
Okay, yeah. That is what it looks like. It's a speedometer. So
okay.
I just saw them. I was looking for something else. These ones were like a featured on sale, and they were like $6 or something like that, $6.99. I was like, oh, those are kind of cool. I'll get those too. So I threw them in the cart. Didn't really pay attention to anything other than it's a speedometer. So a little bit ago, I grabbed them and took them out of the package and went to put them in my ears. But I looked at them and I was like, what? If you were going to design some article of clothing or jewelry that had a speedometer on it, what speed would you put the needle at? 26 miles an hour?
If I was designing a piece of probably like 100 miles an hour, that would be my
minimum
guess.
55. Yeah.
Why 55? Like 100.
Minimum 50. Like, minimum 55.
Maybe it's for
like there's songs about driving 55. Dude, it's freaking 26 miles an hour is what the needle is on.
You can't change it? Is it in epoxy or something?
Yeah. I mean, what in the world?
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't to me.
Well, maybe the person who designed it was like, I think that people who wear gauged earrings are a little slow. I'm going to make earrings and sell them to them.
Here's what I came up with. And let me just look this up. Let me see where these things come out of. It's
Are you sure it's not? Are you sure it's not 40 kilometers?
So, what do you mean, like 17 miles an hour?
No, isn't it? Isn't it 40 kilometers? 26.
Yeah, maybe. Okay,
26 miles per
here's.
hour is 41.8.
I'm gonna look at where this company is located. I'm guessing that they are located in like San Francisco or um, someplace like that. So here's where I went with how to figure out what somebody was thinking. I can't. Oh, contact. Sometimes it has an address on there. I don't see where they're located. Okay. However, this is what I came up with. My guess is some this company is in a major metropolitan area, LA, San Francisco, I don't know, something like that. And the people who work there ride their bikes to work and maybe don't even own a car. And
Okay.
so if you ride a bicycle, 26 miles an hour is freaking flying.
Yeah. Could be that.
Maybe.
Or an e-bike. Can you drive an e-bike 26 miles an hour?
Probably.
I think that there are a lot more things made with a lot less heart and soul put into them than you would would like to believe. Dude, I really banged up my shin today, and when I
You
did
did?
it, I figured out that I got a sunburn. This is one of the other things that's odd about framing and doing outdoor work is it seems like one day you go out and like the sun's beating down, you're you don't wear sunscreen, you don't get a sunburn, you don't have any burn spots in weird areas. Totally different day, just how the atmosphere is, your ankles burn.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, how did my ankles burn today? But I went to go up over a wall, kick my leg up over the wall, and my hammer was hanging down from my nail bags, and I literally like martial arts kicked my shin into my own handle of my hammer that was against the wall.
And that's when you realized that it was burned.
And that's when I realized my ankles were burned because now I have this huge knot on my shin and a sunburn on my ankle.
All right. So I said maybe like San Francisco or LA. It's located in Grover Beach, California, which is almost exactly in the middle between San Francisco and LA.
Do you want me to find out? I'm going to find out what this means.
What means 26 miles an hour?
Yeah. Where do we go? "26 miles an hour is just under the fastest." Okay, how about this? Here's one. Symbolic speed, 26 miles per hour, could represent a speed that's fast, but human powered. That's kind of what you're thinking with the bike.
Mm-hmm.
Or possibly a reference to top running speed of a human. Elite sprinters like Usain Bolt reach just under 28 miles per hour. Inside joke, hidden meaning, reference to 26.2. Marathon? Not on a speedometer.
Mm. Right.
What's the brand name?
Urban body jewelry.
They don't have an official statement about the meaning of 26.
Urban body jewelry doesn't?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh yeah, I meant to look to see if you can if that's what it is on the picture, or if maybe it's like random.
Can they set it to any speed they want and then put the epoxy around it?
I don't think no, I don't think so because it's just like it's like a decal with epoxy over it. It's not an actual like gauge and needle.
Dude, I'm not yawning yet, but I do need to go to bed.
All right.
I've been getting up at like 6:30, 6 to 6:30 and getting the project moving. Tomorrow I've got to
Nice.
set the rest of those trusses. So sorry, podcast watchers, all of you.
Mm-hmm. You'll have to tune in next week. When we bring up the topic of what are we going to talk about next week, Dan?
Hopefully metal roofing for your porch. That's probably the big topic for next
Oh
week.
yeah.
Unless you're
I
going to
need
get your
to get you that measurement, don't I?
Yeah. I actually still might go with
Okay.
Menards because their white is so much cheaper for the siding, and do the
Oh,
heavy
really?
gauge for the roof. Because I don't think the siding's going to take a beating in a hailstorm like the roof will.
Right.
It's about
But
it's quite
you do think you're going to go with the heavier for the
for the roof.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I
that's the
will
plan.
I'll try to do that tomorrow when I get home from work.
Okay. All right. Now,
All right.
Trevor's guys. Peace out.
Signing off.